up here in the top right. He's got a ton of barracks all over the place with Tech Labs, able to make whatever he wants. It looks like he's going to spam out those Marauders right now. Of course, they do plus damage to armored units, but Archons are actually psionic. They are not armored, so no bonus damage there. The Marauders really just going to be able to slow down charge lots and Stalkers and things like that. Ghosts definitely going to be nice to have. Yeah, he's rebuilding some Ghosts now against all these Archons and High Templar. Kind of interesting that, CrunCher's warping in 8 DTs now. He actually built a Nexus where drewbie's trying to expand way over here on the top right corner. Here are all those DTs that he warped in. I don't know if he's going to make Archons with them or just keep them as cloaked units, but we'll see. Drewbie already has a command center building here just outside of CrunCher's Nexus. I don't think he's going to be able to hang on to that, so kind of a weird thing going on there. I thought I saw a little drop action, but it was not the case. Just the minimap tricking me there. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, those Archons had their improved range, their massive units now. Here we go again. There's that 3 range. They're zapping away on those Immortals. Immortals do have better range than Marines, and they, of course, have more health as well. That's why drewbie isn't really massing any Marines anymore. But check out drewbie's money real quick, if you can stand to do so during this battle. But all these Marauders trying to escape the charge lots, trying to escape the DTs. Big EMP lands on those DTs. You can see them uncloaked. They look so weird without their cloak. But now the EMP is faded off, and they go back to slashing through those Marauders. No detection in the air for drewbie, and these DTs, Archons, and Stalkers are going to clean up this little fighting force. A bunch of medevacs here with nothing to heal are also going to go down to these Stalkers and Archons until these Marines arrive. There he goes, stimming up again, and both players again still sitting at 3-3 upgrades. CrunCher warping in a round of Stalkers and Zealots now. I'm not sure where they are, but they're nowhere near this orbital command. A couple of Zealots just sacking themselves here to keep drewbie on his toes. And this little force I don't think is going to be able to do anything until it rejoins all these new Zealots and Stalkers on the other side of the field. Drewbie down to 135 supply, CrunCher at 127. Let's look at the income tab and analyze it a little bit. CrunCher's ahead 79 to 71 in Harvester count. His mineral income still seems to be a bit higher, gas income as well. These players have to be mined out at a couple of bases by now. Let's check the natural. Yeah, both players mined out at their natural. Third base also mined out for drewbie, just now mined out for CrunCher. So CrunCher's on 3 mining bases. 1, 2, 3. Drewbie is on 1, 2, soon to be 3. He has to break down these destructible rocks. There's actually a DT waiting here as well. CrunCher very slick with his hidden DTs. Stalker's blinking forward. Is he going to blink down on the low ground and attack this base? That would have been pretty baller, but it looks like he is just going to go the long way around so he can get all his Archons and Zealots in on the fun as well. Drewbie is distance mining right now, waiting for this next base to land, and there it finally does. So the SCV's not going to be out in the open. It looks like he did take out that DT. Couple of High Templar up here in the middle of the map, some Archons, some Zealots, some Stalkers, things like that. Scan dropped in the middle, sees a lot of DTs in there as well, so drewbie has to be aware of that. Still no starport on a Tech Lab for a Raven, but, that's just drewbie's decision, I guess. Lots of Marauders stimming up, trying to take out these Zealots. Storm dropped all over the Marauders, all these Archons. Now pushing forward with their improved range, still a bunch of DTs in the mix as well, and drewbie just trying to stim and kite as much as he can. I cannot believe how far we are into this game and still seeing gateway units against tier 1 units. No Colossi out on the field, no battle cruisers, no anything crazy. It's just mass gateway against mass barracks. Look at that, 14 Marauders and 3 medevacs coming out right now. Can't go wrong with those Marauders, but I'll tell drewbie secretly, now that the game has already been completed, he should probably be dropping a lot more. He should be dropping here in the back, the cannons, out of the range of those cannons, dropping here, killing off the economy, playing it 6-Jacks Terran style, blocking that economy from CrunCher, keeping him from using all 25 or whatever of his gateways. 3 Ghosts move in. I do see some big EMPs on the DTs and the Archons, and drewbie has just a massive force back here to support them. More Ghost cloaking and moving in now. I don't know what sort of detection CrunCher actually has, but he is just going to move in here, continuing to push with all these charge lots, Archons, and Stalkers. I really wish CrunCher would actually get some shield upgrades, because that actually could make a little bit of a difference with the number of Archons that he's actually using. Shields could make a big difference. Of course, EMP is going to negate that a little bit, but you got the money, you can spend it. He's got 900, about 1,000 minerals. Actually, both players very even right now in their resource count, about 1,000 minerals, 400 gas for each. But drewbie taking a massive supply lead now. He's at 199 against 133. So drewbie, if he can take out this base, that will be huge for him. But of course, that splash damage from these storms, just check out those health bars. You can see orange, red, and yellow all over the place. The medevacs really can't even keep up. Another round of charge lots warping in while he attacks, or supports actually, from the left side with even more zealots. Scan goes down, but there are no DTs in this mixture, just those charge lots and this single High Templar with no energy available for another storm. So drewbie still might be able to crack this. No, another round of warp-ins. CrunCher just spending it as soon as he can to prevent drewbie from destroying that base. Drewbie trying to expand again himself way down here in the bottom left spawn. CrunCher still mining off of 3 bases. It looks like some medevacs have loaded up, and drewbie is going to try to do some damage inside the main of CrunCher. We are now in the 34th minute of this game. It's pretty crazy. Here we go. Here's a little drop, damaging the economy, just what I want to see. He's also got a big force moving over to the left side, and this is exactly what I suggested drewbie try to do. Split up all the forces of CrunCher. CrunCher knows that his forces are not going to be as good if they are split up. He's going to lose a couple of pylons and a couple of gateways here, most likely. Scan has to go down to prevent those DTs. Drewbie is also attacking this far left base that is still mining. I don't know really which one to watch. I'm going to watch those forts in the main, because if he takes out all these pylons and unpowers the gateways, that is going to be massive. Yeah, there's 6 unpowered gateways right now. Drewbie just loads back up since he sees nothing but zealots and heads back off into space. Drewbie did manage to take out that Nexus way over there on the left side. Still 4 cloaked ghosts going crazy with snipes and EMPs as well. Drewbie down to only 154 supply though. Look, he's not building anything in the production tab, and neither is CrunCher. 3 DTs being warped in, 3 more zealots. He still has a bunch of powered gateways. Drewbie fighting on 2 fronts here against these High Templar and these Stalkers. Big storms go down on the Marauders, not actually killing anything. It takes so much to kill these Marauders, like 4 storms each. Finally, some of those are cleared out. Drewbie still doing a drop over here at this mining base. Looks like the probes were pulled by CrunCher, and he did actually manage to kill off the last of those Marauders with some DTs. Zealots charging in, still trying to hack these Marauders into tiny little pieces. 1 medevac full of units does manage to possibly escape. CrunCher now mining off of just 2 bases. We got this one over here and this one up at the top. Drewbie almost mined out here. Got little forces all over the place just fighting. Looked like an Archon tried to take on a huge force of Marines and Marauders. Didn't quite manage to make that. Drewbie's about to start mining from here again, but there's a Stalker and 2 DTs just waiting for it to land so they can chop it into little pieces. Oh my goodness, this game is just all over the place. We got a couple of medevacs. What is this? We have a Ghost and a medevac just chilling. We have a big force of Ghost, Marauders, and Marines. 5 Ghosts mixed in there. No fighting forces here at this base, so it's probably a good target for Drewbie to try to attack. This top right spawn is totally empty, so CrunCher is actually going to try and expand there. Drewbie did finally get this base online, but isn't mining from it yet. It looks like he's bringing over some forces just to protect it. Drewbie still on the move, picking off a unit here, a unit there. Might actually get into this main there. He does drop the scan. CrunCher has a High Templar and some Zealots, but I don't think it's going to be enough to actually protect. So Drewbie could actually be gaining some ground here. There goes a big EMP on the High Templar, preventing it from doing any storms, but now this big force from the left side might actually be enough to protect here. Pylon goes down, all the cannons unpowered. More pylons being warped in, and CrunCher actually forcing this group out of his base with some clutch warp-ins, and the Archon doing quite a bit of damage. Of course, he does 47 damage to biological units and splash damage, so once those medevacs are cleared out, the Archon finishes the job. Drewbie is just about to be mined out here at this base. He's only got 1 mining right here. 1 mining from the gold, so that's certainly going to help. Let's just look at the income tab and do a quick comparison. Drewbie has taken the lead in the income, 1,800 against 1,200, now 2,000 against 1,300-ish. CrunCher still beating him on gas and has 59 harvesters to Drewbie's 47. Looks like we might have another little skirmish over here. How many Marauders? 16 Marauders against a force of Dark Templar, High Templar. Nice feedback snipe on the medevac there. CrunCher being very quick to catch that. Lots and lots of SCVs transferring now to that bottom left spawn position, and this entire map is being expanded all over the place. I think every base has been taken except this one at some point in this game. Here's some fighting going on, but it looks like just a Marine got knocked out over there at the Zelnaga Tower. Here we go, pressing in again. CrunCher with a lot of Zealots, Stalkers, Archon, and High Templar. Big storms going down on Drewbie's forces. Pull up the health bars there, and you can see all that yellow and red. He needs to get out of there, form some Archons. There he goes. 2 more High Templar in the back. Might have enough juice for some storms, but Drewbie basically repelling that once again. Let's look at the army value now. 79 for Drewbie, 86 for Drewbie against 48 of CrunCher. CrunCher just cannot get more units than Drewbie. It's got to be pretty frustrating by this point. CrunCher is now taking this base, which is pretty secluded, pretty well defended, except for the fact that Drewbie's got a base right here and wants to take that for himself in just a moment. Another little skirmish going on. Archon blasting down these Marauders. Both players seriously just trying to max out on units and bashing into each other over and over. CrunCher is actually at some production structures of drewbie, but he's not going to be able to get through this big force here to actually take those barracks out. This base is actually officially about to be mined out, finally. CrunCher rather, mined out at 3 of his bases. This 4th one going to be done soon. This one also, actually this one's looking pretty strong. He could probably send a lot of workers over there and be okay. 7 Stalkers right now for CrunCher, about to move in here. He's got 3 DTs about to hit this bottom left position, but there is a turret and a planetary fortress, so I don't see that going too well. Stalkers ran past and maybe did some damage to some SCVs, but check this out, the gold is basically entirely gone right now, so drewbie just picks up and leaves with that orbital command. We got some aggression going up here in the top right. Looks like some probes are finally being killed off, but a bunch of charge lots and high templar come in here. Looks like he was trying to place a feedback there, but there's only 20 energy left on that medevac, so would not be a good use. Stalkers here on the left side trying to take out the turrets and stay out of range of that planetary fortress so that the DTs can come in and do some damage. CrunCher bouncing between these top right bases, just trying to keep them alive. We're now in the 42nd minute of this game. And I have no idea who's going to win. So CrunCher has positioned himself to attack all these SCVs without the planetary fortress actually hitting it. He might even be able to hit that turret. Yes, he definitely does, but the planetary fortress says, hey, you stalker on the right, you better back off. drewbie is trying to attack the bases of CrunCher now. I saw a feedback go down on a medevac, but DT's taken out, Zealot's taken out. It doesn't look like this Nexus is going to last much longer. CrunCher is now starting to move with a pretty big force. He got a bunch of Zealots and Stalkers to attack this high yield base of drewbie. Let's just look at the harvester count once again. Wow, drewbie down to only 120 minerals per minute, and he's only mining off of 1 base. He is going to take out this Nexus from CrunCher, but he's mining so little right now that CrunCher could actually catch up just because he has both of those bases in the top right. Let's look at the army value. Still favoring drewbie quite heavily, but his forces are all over the place. CrunCher is going to take out these medevacs. It looks like his forces are actually doing pretty good here. EMP drops, hits a few of those Stalkers, but they're already injured anyway. And CrunCher is going to continue to press in here. He's almost about to reach some production facilities. Might actually be able to kill a barracks. But no, he just backs off. Doing another round of warp-ins. Lots more Zealots and Stalkers here to replace the Fallen. And drewbie, don't see any more drops going on anywhere. Really, this entire game hinges on CrunCher's 2 bases up here on the top right. If he were to lose these, or lose a lot of those probes, this game would be over. CrunCher's not mining from this base anymore. Well, he is, but there's only 20 minerals there. drewbie finally cleared out the Stalkers from here and is mining quite a lot, so he is catching up in that income tab. 75 harvesters for CrunCher. I don't even think all of them are mining. 41 for drewbie. We see the 100th encounter of the game here. A bunch of Stalkers against the Marines and Marauders. drewbie actually flanking here with a Ghost, and some more Marauders and Marines actually flanking 3 ways. This is almost like a Triforce of Terran units against these Protoss units in the middle, and the Stalkers cannot hold. I think they might be able to kill a few more of these Marauders, but they just blink away. Actually, Blink is so handy. He can just blink out of there and keep those guys alive. Actually has 3 more Stalkers harassing this orbital command, and drewbie is not able to defend it because his entire army is busy tangling with those Blink Stalkers. This is just an insane game. This is one of the longest games I think I've ever cast. But yeah, more Marauders crashing through there, trying to keep his orbital command to himself. He definitely wants to start mining from there as soon as humanly possible, but CrunCher moving in now with a bunch of Stalkers. He's actually going to lose this command center, and suddenly drewbie is only mining from this base and this base. CrunCher has 2 bases up right now, and 1 is getting dropped, so lots of probes are being attacked. CrunCher very quick to respond, actually, warping in a bunch of Stalkers and Zealots. Should be able to ward this off pretty easily. If he focuses down that medevac, he will be able to kill off the rest of those Marines, of course. And there he goes. That's it for that drop. There's another one happening here at CrunCher's only other mining base, and it doesn't look like he has any fighting forces here to actually defend it. This Nexus will definitely go down. Big 10-4 on that one. drewbie finally scoring some aggressive kills there, killing off a lot of probes up in the top right and killing off that Nexus at the top right expansion. It looks like he's doing another drop way over here, but there's nothing really there to kill except for a useless Nexus. CrunCher is already on the move as well. Looks like he's going to maybe kill this pointless orbital command as well. At least it will prevent him from getting 2 refineries worth of gas. drewbie is going to blow up this Nexus, no problem, but really it doesn't even matter. This is the only base, and the main, of course, all these millions of gateways that really matter for CrunCher. And drewbie, I don't know what CrunCher is going to have to kill to actually end the game in a victory. He's going to have to kill drewbie's mining base somehow, or all of these production structures, and it suddenly looks like drewbie suddenly doesn't have that many forces anymore. I'm not sure where everything went. He's, you know, still dropping up here in the main in just a second, but there are stalkers waiting. They are going to be able to pick off one of those medevacs, maybe even a second one before it manages to unload. Third medevac taken out, and only a marauder on the ground, so that's all going to get finished up. We have another altercation over here. drewbie's drops have been totally thwarted, and suddenly CrunCher blinking away once again, preserving those units, building another nexus here in the plausible third for the top right spawn. Minute 48 now. What is CrunCher doing? He's sending 3 more stalkers to try and deal some more damage to this planetary fortress, or at least to that mineral line, and I like that decision. He's also checking here to make sure drewbie hasn't expanded again. We see a bunch of distance mining coming from this nexus because it's not quite finished yet. Let's look at the army values for both players, and it's pretty even. Actually, this might be the most even it's been all game. 62 army supply for drewbie, 58 for CrunCher. Worker supply still favoring CrunCher, so the income tab should look about the same. Yep, we see more mineral and gas income there, and CrunCher did actually slide into position with these stalkers and stop this mining. Look at all these SCVs doing nothing, and that is crippling drewbie right now. He's down under 200 minerals per minute, under 100. Now he's at 20, 0. He must be, yeah, he stopped mining way over here as well with a single DT, it looks like. So drewbie, all that time that he's not spending mining, and CrunCher is just sitting there with 3 stalkers, doesn't really even have to do anything, waiting for drewbie to come react to it. drewbie actually can't even commit because he has to try and kill CrunCher's bases. Let's pull that production tab up again, and we see absolutely nothing for either player. drewbie has 70 gas. If he can't get more gas right now, he's not going to be able to continue all that marauder production. CrunCher actually just macroing like crazy, still trying to expand all over the place, doing a great job. And of course, that's a big benefit to Protoss. You can actually you know, warp in and defend a base very easily, where Terran actually really can't do it quite that easily. But it looks like drewbie did pull a bunch of SCVs and Marauders there to finally kill off those stalkers, but he's still not mining. He's not doing anything. There's nothing in the production tab. Look at CrunCher's production tab. He's got 10 Zealots warping in and this Archon, which of course is going to be taken out before it even finishes. 3 more High Templar in the background. Are they going to make an Archon? Yes, they will. And 2 more here could drop some nice storms, some nice meaty storms on these fully green Marauders. They stem up, go to the yellow. I want to see a storm. I want to see a storm. There's a big storm, but doesn't really hit much. He could have actually waited and hit a lot more, but more DTs warping in now. I'm not sure where, because CrunCher has pylons literally all over the map. This medevac is going to be taken out, so drewbie suddenly only has SCVs in production and nothing else. He's got 800 minerals and 200 gas. Now he's building some more Marauders, but you have to imagine the fatigue is setting in at this point. There's another big storm. All these units in the red and orange, so CrunCher just warps in some more charge lots. Should be able to finish this force, potentially. Yeah, the charge lots getting in there, just taking that last whack on each unit, and drewbie, GG's. More stalkers actually came in here to try to harass this base, so drewbie just could not be everywhere at once. CrunCher will take Game 2 on a crazy, absolutely crazy 51-minute and 39-second game. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. It was kind of a difficult game to cast, but I do hope the 1,400-ish live viewers that we have right now enjoyed that game. Now let's go ahead and load up Game 3 now that the series is tied 1-1. Woo, crazy game.